Talk. Here we go. Now we're live.
Here we go.
I've got to keep it clean.
Oh, that's right. We've got to keep it clean for the first 30 seconds. Oh, gosh. Jolly good.
Spiffer, did you catch the cricket today?
Did I ever?
Hibernian beat Celtic, I believe.
In their dreams.
Well, I did a chart the other day that had sports videos from 1991, and it was one of them was the Hibernian winning the Skull Cup from 1991 was the number 8 rental VHS sales of the month of April.
Oh my God.
The underdogs won it.
I hope they rewound it. Oh.
I didn't know there was that many fans because it beat out like Rosemary Connolly's 7-day workout and stuff like that.
It's probably one of those things that it was such a rare event that people from around the globe just got really hit up about it. You have these things, these weird phenomena like that. I was always surprised that not only Robert Duvall, but the dude from The Breakfast Club, the teacher, the one that's like, I got you twice. I can't remember the actor's name.
Yeah.
Right. But he was really into Scottish football for some reason. Enjoyed watching paint dry. That's what I think.
Paul Gleason.
Paul Gleason. Yeah, that's right. The Trading Places as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was in everything, wasn't he? Was it Die Hard?
Die Hard,
Trading Places,
course.
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
He could be a freaking bartender for all we know.
Right, let's see where we're at with the VHS. Have you got a copy to watch? Or are you just watching?
I don't. I'm just going to play it by memory. I mean, I can see it fine from here as well. It's
well, you won't be able to see the TNA because I'm going to have to cut that off.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah, but
just have to use a telescope.
I got my. But yeah, this is. Bo Derek doesn't appear properly till like an hour and a half in, so we got some time.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just kind of see her passing by. Hey, props to them. I mean, she's a terrible actor, right? They used her well. This made her a star.
It did.
And same with Dudley Moore. I mean,
Dudley Moore, yeah.
I mean, I know he'd been in a few movies before, like Bedazzled and Foul Play and stuff like that, but nothing really major. This was his big break. And he deserved it. He owns this movie. He is so good in this film. And I put it down to that whole kind of certain actors can get away with playing sleazy characters. Dudley Moore being one of them, and the other being John Candy. John Candy could play a sleazeball in a film, and you would forgive him. I'll give you an example. There's this film called Armed and Dangerous. It's not a great movie by any shakes, but John Candy does do some sleazy shit in it, and you forgive him.
Yeah.
Or he was even in Splash. He's a bit of a perv, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Is anyone here from Penthouse magazine? No. Well, we ain't talking.
Yeah, he gets away with it because he's John Candy. He's just so lovable.
When's the last time you saw this film then?
About 10 years ago. It was when I would say that I'd seen it proper, because it was one of these movies that you grew up with. You knew the famous poster and the running on the beach thing. It was one of these movies you've seen bits of it on television, but never seen it all the way through. And then I finally sat down and watched it all the way through, and I was just like, "Oh, this is perfect, this film." So
it's bloody brilliant. I realised it the other day because, of course, I used to watch it on TV to watch Bo Derek. But yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It's terrific, and the way the juggling acting it does with sort of very straight, sophisticated comedy and slapstick. It brings in the slapstick here and there without overdoing it. It's just perfect.
Because originally it was Peter Sellers was going to be the Dudley Moore part. And then he had to bow out to do something else, like Pink Panther or something. But then the other guy, I forget. Well, look Don up Siegel. In a minute. Don Siegel, yep. who got replaced again because he didn't.
He got sued for not taking on the role.
Yeah, because Julie Andrews had a bigger part put in, and he got upset by that, so he left after the first week.
Oh, damn it! That could have given his career an extra boost there as well.
But then, yeah, Dudley Moore stepped in, and Dudley Moore, because Blake Edwards wanted him to be more Pink Panther, clumsy and idiotic, but Dudley Moore said, "I probably best I play it straight and be the straight man for it," and then that works.
It totally works.
Let's see, Dr. Impossible's here, time to get frisky to Ravel's Bolero. Yes, I forgot all about that until I heard this.
Hey, Dr. Impossible, good to see you.
Yeah. So, and then, of course, Bo Derek went on to appear in Bolero.
Yes, the Cannon film,
but,
which I failed to cover.
Yeah, I think she was 22 in this one. I think her husband, Dudley Moore's 44 in this. And then Mr.
Same
Derek, I forget what it is, John Derek, was 52 when she was there, 22. Bless him.
Oh, yeah. He's a fantastic film director, isn't he? Ghost Can't Do It? Yes.
The cameo by Trump.
What's that line in it? It's just the line in Ghost Can't Do It. It's Anthony Quinn's suicide note, and it's the funniest suicide note I've ever read in a film. It's like I got my cake, you're my cake. Donald Trump got a Razzie nomination for Ghost Can't Do It.
Oh, I knew that as soon as the smut was mentioned, the professor would be a greetings, Professor.
Yeah. Anytime there's boobs
now,
on
I don't know
nearby.
The professor's from Mexico, so he probably doesn't know about your Electric Blue video there, because you don't have this film on VHS. Which
Electric Blue. This was a cornerstone of British smut back in the day. Yeah.
Britain's top-selling
videotape. Never mind Superman. Never mind, Star Wars. This is the real blockbuster right here.
Yeah, and that's a beta, so it's probably worth more than Superman and Star Wars as well.
Britain's top-selling adult video cassette continues its unchallenged supremacy. Packed into number 4. We present our unlimited electronic centerfold, a sensational mystery celebrity nude, a conducted tour of Nevada's most notorious legalized brothel, Mustang, water sports. Join our 3 wild and willing ladies in the pool. More of your witted nude wives, powerboats, thrills and spills, plus all the high-quality raunch you've come to expect from the original men's magazine on video. And it's dated. I think it's dated 1980. So this thing is 44 years old. It's as old as Dudley Moore is in this movie.
Well, this movie actually is, it says 79, but it actually came out in Britain on February 7th, 1980.
Yeah.
So,
I suspect so.
It's only 24 years old for us.
We had to wait for a lot of films.
Just missed its anniversary. But yeah, we got this film's too woke anyway, because it's got a gay couple in it now.
Oh dear.
Robert Webber there. I think he's a young gay man.
But it did start that sort of subgenre of sex comedies that were more about the sort of sophisticated yuppie lifestyle. That Blake Edwards, pretty much, that's what he did for the rest of his career.
Pretty much, wasn't it? Skin Deep and stuff like that.
All the way up to The Man Who Loved Women, Skin Deep, Switch.
Switch, yes.
They were all films about sort of yuppies, as opposed to the teen sex comedies that were popular.
Wow. Yeah. It's been 22 years since we lost Dudley Moore. Bloody hell.
Jeez, I blame it on the bellboy. Yeah.
Well, he had an interesting 80s, didn't he? After the success of this,
he was a superstar in the 80s. He really was.
He was. There's so many films I didn't realize he was in. I know there's Arthur, which was another big hit for him. There's Lovesick. I saw romantic comedy, 2 of those in 1983. Which romantic comedy I only made it halfway through because it's not much good.
Is it Mickey and Maud or
Mickey and Maud's in there somewhere? Yeah, 1984. They had 3 films in 1984. Mickey and Maud, Best Defense, and Unfaithfully Yours. Unfaithfully Yours was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not a fan of Best Defense.
No,
That
it's
sucks.
terrible. And of course, he was the big lead technically in Santa Claus the movie in '85.
Yeah, I think he came away
Yeah.
with the biggest pay packet anyway.
Yeah, like Father Like Son. I don't think I've
yeah.
seen that since it came. I could work with it. Vice versa, like Father Like Son, and what's the other
18
one?
again.
18 again. And then Arthur 2 on the Rocks, which was not
Yeah.
well done sequel, and
No.
appeared in Noel's House Party in 1992. Had his own TV series in '93. I didn't know about, called Dudley, and then that's about
Yeah.
it. Really, didn't get much. But he's always a musician in these films. He's a conductor in this one. I think he's a conductor in what's it gone?
Unfaithfully Yours.
Unfaithfully Yours, yeah. Because that's another farce like this one.
Oh.
Right. Oh shit! I'm missing people out here. I haven't said hello to. Yes, Professor. Someone say smut. He's ready for a 10 scored stream. There's no smut in this. Look, it's cultural appropriation. This film's about.
Oh yeah, that's right. She popularized white women to wear sort of braids.
Apparently, it was part of a legal dispute because a black lady working for an airline had them in her hair, and the airline said you can't have them. And then she said, "Well, it's part of my culture." And then they said, "No, it's not, because look, Bo Derek's got them, so you can't use that excuse."
Yeah.
Yeah, been a while, Terrence. It has been a while. He's been a very busy man. Usually 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. on a Saturday night.
Ooh.
High quality Electric Blue, yeah, Betamax.
Yeah, Betamax all the way.
It's a better quality picture, apparently.
It's not the size that counts. Right.
Look at that. Yeah, that's why I tell everyone. Clearly, this film does not belong to Julie Andrews, who is actually its biggest star.
At the time, I suppose she would have been.
Yeah, because she was married to Blake Edwards, because I don't think she was in it. Oh, here we go. Here's the first look at Bo Derek. For an hour. She doesn't look happy. And then that was enough to get Dudley impressed.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo smut.
Electric Boogaloo.
Does not. Am I the only one that appreciates art these days?
I think I did watch this cassette about 10 years ago, and it's seriously tame. Really,
it is. The British versions were just edited to hell. You couldn't see anything, even if.
Yeah.
You got a copy. I remember that on the VHS.
And it's full of all, like it says about boat rides and stuff. It's full of all these kind of lads mags kind of things that you would have, like, you know, here's car race, here's drag racing. We're like, oh, great! I thought it was topless women.
No, it's filler. I must admit, I'm my febble. Hey, Live Star Rewind.
But it is
dino-shaped chicken nuggets. Nice.
All right, art.
Are they deep fried dino-shaped nuggets for Terrence's?
Oh, the woman in red wishes it was 10. That's the thing. Gene Wilder pretty much tries to play the same. And I mean, Gene Wilder's a legend, right?
It's the same film, isn't it?
But it doesn't hold a candle to this. This film does it so well, and I think it's down to Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore, he manages to become lovable, even though he's a bit of a scumbag.
Yeah, he's trying to ditch Julie Andrews and get with every girl we're going.
Yeah, and there's a part where you do actually feel bad for him and stuff. You're like, wow, how does he do it?
Yeah, and then it's got the dentistry bit later on. It's gold.
Oh, there's Flash.
Oh yes,
Sam Jones.
I thought, it's Flash. Sam L. Jones is the one in this.
Gets to use his own voice in this as well.
Didn't dye his hair.
You do know why he got dubbed, don't you, for Flash Gordon?
No.
He fell out with De Laurentiis. So they shot all of his scenes, but they'd fallen out, so he never actually showed up to do the ADR. So they got a different actor to dub him. Because there was a really good. I watched a documentary about Sam Jones, and
I think I saw that one. Yeah, because he's a bodyguard now as well.
Yeah, it was really good. They went deep into
it. Yeah, because he's done other stuff. Because I was just close to getting him on the channel at one point, but
that would be great.
yeah, because he's done other stuff like this and a lot of other films he's done, and he's obviously doing a bodyguard business he's made now. So
did he not do that TV show with the freaking truck that turns into a helicopter? Oh, Highwayman or something? Is that it? Highwayman?
I think, yeah, I can't remember if it's him or not, but yeah, there's Highwayman.
Oh,
I'll double check.
I need
That's
to
what
Google
someone told
that.
me. Yes, Woman in Red. So yeah, that was 85, 86, wasn't it? And then you get a full view of I get a quick flash of
Highwayman.
There you go.
It was Glenn Larson that produced it.
Okay, and then Woman in Red has the Stevie Wonder soundtrack as well. So
that's right, won an Oscar.
This only has Henry Mancini. So we get the Bolero by Maurice Ravel, which is apparently the most expensive piece of music to get these days, anyway.
Why is that?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I remember the Led Zeppelin and stuff charge them hundreds of thousands for theirs, so I don't know why anyone would want Bolero, because there's only Torval and Dean that have used it since this film, haven't they?
That's right, because there was that famous situation with Wayne's World where it's no stairway, denied. In the theatrical version, he's actually playing the first couple of notes from Stairway to Heaven. And then on the video release and subsequent DVD releases, it was just some library music. And now I think when they brought it out on the 4K, it's back to being the theatrical version with the Stairway.
They usually make an effort for that, don't they?
Which is funny, isn't it? They're being denied from playing Stairway to Heaven, and it was actually denied. Right? It's just like you can make that shit up.
Oh, Spidey Smut senses razor sharp.
Spidey Smut.
So Bo Derek was one of many actresses considered for the role. Kim Basinger and others were considered, but she turned up and wowed them. Not with her acting, unfortunately, but just her presence.
She didn't have to. They don't give her much to do, really. No,
there's a couple of. Oh, she's done Orca before this. A small part in Orca.
Oh yeah, of course, Richard Harris.
Yeah,
that's right.
So.
Then she went on to make her death films with John Derek.
Tarzan. Tarzan the Ape Man, but it's all about Jane and Richard Harris as her dad.
I forgot about that. Tarzan the Ape Man. That is brilliant. That film.
Just famous for her naked horseback riding, I think, for that one, isn't it?
It just makes me think of the Graham Norton show because of the dude that played Tarzan. Graham Norton was obsessed with that guy for a long time on the show.
Is it?
Miles O'Keefe, yeah. And he brought him on the show, and every so often he would just bring up the fact, "Oh, Miles O'Keefe, Tarzan, the Ape Man." It reminded everybody in Britain who the fuck he was, right? It was just like, oh, yeah, that guy.
He's done a few things, bless him. Remember Carbon Copy?
Oh, so he was going to play the dentist?
But apparently he was supposed to be the lead in this. I don't know if he got changed, but he started filming in Mexico for the later part of the film, and some of his scenes are in this film, but you can't tell it's him.
All right, like Harvey Keitel and Apocalypse Now. There's a couple of shots from a distance where he's on the boat and stuff.
Anyone heard of the French extreme Livid?
No.
Doesn't ring a bell. Is it art? This is a family-friendly channel. We only watch art in this channel. That's why this has got. Bo Derek has got 6.1 on IMDb. It was a film of the year for Siskel and Ebert, and it's very well received. It's got Dee Wallace in it. Oh yeah, Christian Brinkley, Tanya Roberts, and Kim Basinger were considered for the role. It's one of Ebert's 10 favorite movies of 1979.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then Bo Derek had no problem doing the nude scenes because she grew up on the beaches.
Oh, this is the some nudity here, is or not?
Shit.
With
I'm way back.
telescope. Yeah.
The neighbor.
Some of those extras are porn stars from the 1970s.
Yeah, there's a party later on. There's a few names,
and they're legitimate, San Francisco blue movie actors.
Although this lady playing pool is quite attractive, even though she's only wearing pants or bloomers by the look of it. Oh, he's going up behind her. He's going to help her with a trick shot.
It's only a game, so put on the wheel with fight. We're gonna be snookering you tonight.
Come on. Who's that getting out of the pool naked now?
Where's Jim Davidson when you need him?
I didn't know who that was. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's the lady in the pool now. She's fully nude. So, and now, yeah, they're watching each other. So he's watching Julie Andrews.
Close the drapes. Perfect.
There we go.
Good timing.
Oh, Crazy People. That was a good one.
Oh, Crazy People. Yeah, with the advertising and they just tell the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Volvos, they're boxy.
That's what I remember. Yeah. Yes, 80 Shades. So I need a pair of 80 Shades. George Segal was great in St. Valentine's Massacre, and Roger Corman with Stick. Oh, yeah, he's in Stick with Burt Reynolds. Yes. He doesn't have much of a part in that, does he? Dudley Moore already does save this film from being a clunker of a movie. Edward struggled with being a serious director in Hollywood, but Wild Rovers was a masterful Western. There's a lot of
not seen that.
Blake Edwards I didn't know he'd done.
I love the Shot in the Dark. Shot in the Dark is a fucking phenomenal movie.
Is that Blake? Is that Blake as well? Because
yeah, he directed it, and William Peter Blatty wrote the screenplay. You know, it's because that's famously that's how William Friedkin first met William Peter Blatty was in Blake Edwards' office, because he was going to do he was considering doing a remake of Peter Gunn for Blake Edwards, and he read the screenplay, and he was like, "This is garbage," and he didn't realize that the writer was in the room, and it was William Peter Blatty, and that was the reason. That was one of the reasons why William Peter Blatty wanted to work with him years later on The Exorcist, because he knew he would tell the truth. He wouldn't be one of these Hollywood suckers. He would just. Yeah, it's because he remembered that. Also because of the French Connection as well, right? He knew the guy was amazing, right? But on top of that, he knew he would pretty much be William Friedkin.
They never saw eye to eye the whole time they were together, did they?
No, they did. They just they argued over certain elements. And then when he did that, the version you've never seen before in 1999. That was where he finally buckled and sort of said, "Okay, we'll make this the way that you wanted it." Because Blatty wanted that ending that they had, and William Friedkin cut that off in the theatrical version.
I've lost my Exorcist, as usual.
I like the chemistry that he's got with Julie Andrews as well.
Yeah, it's very natural, isn't it?
They're a cool couple. And have you ever seen Derek and Clive Get the Horn?
Many years ago.
Oh, I think it's all on YouTube. It's amazing. It's probably one of the most vulgar comedy things ever. But that was filmed around about, I think it was soon after 10 we came out, and it was a blockbuster. And there's a certain element of resentment from Peter Cook, right? He just there's parts of it where he just gets really freaking nasty towards Dudley Moore.
All just banter.
Yeah.
So yes, Stick. Yeah, Bert charges him $200 to break into his car and then $200 to drive him somewhere else. Is it on YouTube? I'm not sure. Probably is. Most things are. If you think you can find a car thief, you're the car thief. It's like Inside with plenty of gore for livid. Inside's that kids' film. No. All the kids almost just wept. I've seen it. Don't have to wear a monkey suit like him. Yeah, he gets the old. After that, he gets the cap and suit that the old driver used to wear, and it's massive on him. Hey, Pap, nice to see you. Hello, Terrence. Got half for you. For original moral forgiveness, 10 bears parallels with another safety tip dealing with Southern California sexual liberation. Shampoo.
Oh,
Warren Beatty.
Classic movie.
Because he's been trying to make a sequel to that for years, and it's called Conditioner or something.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Isn't Goldie Hawn in Shampoo? One of her early roles.
Carrie Fisher as well.
Yeah, yes. A lot of lovely young ladies at the time.
That's terrific.
Because who's the... John Peters, isn't it? He used to be the Hollywood hairdresser.
To Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, Barbra Streisand's hairdresser, and then he became the producer of A Star Is Born, and then obviously Batman and fucking...
Wow. Wiki Wow West.
Tango and Cash him as well.
I think it did, yes. I think it did.
Tango and Cash and the fucking Tim Burton Superman that never happened.
That is true about cholesterol. On baby. Oh, overuse of the C word.
I'm overuse. You can't. You can't. It's like John Williams, Mark Klausner, fuck off. What? It's just like, oh yeah, they do say the C word a lot. Do not give me the own. Oh. It's when they do the horse racing and all the horses' names are all something rude. It's like and the asshole bringing up the rear and all that stuff. Certain ones you can't even say now. It's just so offensive. Blew my mind as well because I'd never seen Dudley Moore do that kind of humour. I mean, I know that Derek and Clive had released records, right? And they're quite blue, but when I saw that for the first time, I was gobsmacked because there's the guy from Santa Claus the movies. You know?
I think I'm blinding a storm.
Yeah, it's a must see.
Now, what number in the charts of 1979 did this become?
In what country? Number one.
It says that movie. I'm going to say for the world. I'm going to say.
Yeah, but it went straight to number one in the States. I know it was just a big thing.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Shagging.
Oh. God blimey.
And then,
you dirty old man.
Then I got Julie Andrews singing a Brown. There you go. Hello, Lady J. Greetings. Nice to see you. Boobs. Damn. Did someone see them? Number 10, surely. Yes, it did. Number 10.
Of course.
Alien was 9, Moonraker 8, Jerk was 7, Muppet Movie 6, Apocalypse Now 5, Star Trek Motion Picture 4, Rocky 2 3, Amityville Horror 2, Superman number 1.
Superman. Jeez.
Bit of a good year. Experiment of Terror has to be a clear indication that Edwards was far more than a Pink Panther director. SOB was a clever swipe at Hollywood. Yeah, I remember SOB being famous because it shows Julie Andrews topless. But that's all I remember. Right. Because that's what it's most famous.
Victor Victoria. Did he not do Victor Victoria? Well,
yeah, because you could. I think he did. So, but then always confuse that with Mickey and Maude.
Yeah, wasn't a fan. Mickey and Maude was a bit mid for me. It didn't capture the magic that this has. And it's just great how it can be so serious at times, and then he goes to the dentist and he's got a fucking the numb mouth. That is genius. And with when he's on the beach, when he's burning his feet on the beach, it's just like
yes,
wow, just comedy gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to pause this, so I got to be ahead on this version so I can see what's coming up. Right. Somehow he wrote the screenplay for Son of Pink Panther in 1993.
Oh dear.
And then there was a remake TV movie of Victor Victoria. Let's have a look. He did the screenplay for City Heat with Burt and Clint.
Who, Edwards?
Yeah, apparently under the
Not a fan of
same.
that movie.
No, I watched it the other day. It's all right. It's just you got Clinton
It's
Bird.
kind of dull, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not much happens.
And I think at the time there was a lot of press about Burt Reynolds looking ill, which I think he was. I think he was.
Yeah, he had an
seriously
accident on
ill.
set, which he couldn't eat or
Yeah,
something for months.
because he looked really skinny in that film.
He was addicted to painkillers from then on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Victoria 82, SOB 81, and then a lot of Pink Panther films. And there's Wild Rovers 71. So look, the party, Shot in the Dark. Oh, I was confused which way around Shot in the Dark and the Pink Panther were.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pink Panther was first, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pink Panther first, then a Shot in the Dark. But yes, we're having a great late evening here.
You forget. I love the Pink Panther movies, but you forget how racist he is towards Kato. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's a bit much.
You little yellow fiend and stuff like that.
I know. It's just like,
it gets worse than
that. I mean, he is paying the guy to assault him, right? He doesn't have to racially abuse him like that.
It is feel wrong having Mary Poppins in this. Yes, it does. But at least she was in bed a minute ago with no bra on, which was fairly obvious. Well, Son of Pink Panther, the later travesty. Until, depending what your thoughts of...
What was the one where they're all investigating
Steve
what
Martin.
happened? Curse of the Pink Panther?
Yeah, where it's not him in it, because he passed away, wasn't it? Yeah, Curse of the Pink Panther in 83, Trial of the Pink Panther in 82. Both of them were without Peter Sellers. I remember seeing Curse, I think, in the cinema. I'm thinking, there's something off about this film. Where's Peter Sellers?
Yeah, shocking. It's like, why bother?
Throw him under the bus a bit, but Echo might. But Echo bought a while back a movie where there he goes. Yeah, flashes of boobs. Yeah, I think it might be SOB. I think there was 1 or 2 films she did, which she revealed that she's no longer Mary Poppins. Kate. I do love the fights. They were epic stunts.
Oh, they were amazing.
And flying through every floor of the building. 10 was also barely echo Marathon Man for its dental pain, although this time the drill is less scary. I still need to rewatch my Marathon Man. I haven't seen it for years, but
yeah, it's been a long time
since I've seen the 80s. Mary was popping in that one. Yep, she's because I think she was probably 42, I think, back then. It's not bad. So now he's visiting. Is this his manager or psychiatrist? I can't remember now.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention the other night. So where's Bo Derek? Because the last thing she's done, he was married to Brian Dennehy in Tommy Boy in 1995.
Of course.
It's only a small part in that, I think.
Love Tommy Boy.
Do you remember the Bolero poster in the video cover in the video shop?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that cover.
Where I think it showed it. Yeah, because she's like this in a waterfall, and you see a
what is the plot to the movie? A bullfighter gets his junk gored, and she's gonna fix it. She's gonna fix his dick because his dick's broke. That's the plot to the movie.
Well, it's the same as Tarzan. The big joke about this is set in the 20s. A young woman sets out to lose her virginity, which is Bo Derek in her mid-20s. Her mission leads her to a Moroccan sheik and a Spanish bullfighter.
Yes.
Oh, and there's this bit where Dudley Moore's gone to the vicar to find out who the wedding was that she was at. And then the vicar knows who he is and tries to play a song for him. And Blake Edwards told Henry Mancini to make the worst song he could ever. So write the worst song ever for this vicar to play. Why, when you smile, do those bells ding-a-ling?
It's interesting that, isn't it? Where they get an accomplished musician to write a piece of garbage,
probably
A
the
great
hardest thing you've
example,
done.
a film that I really enjoy that does that is Ishtar. Ishtar is, I don't know when the last time you saw that film. It's worth a rewatch. It really
It
is.
is. Someone in the
Paul
there's a big
Williams.
fan.
Paul Williams, who's one of the great American songwriters, wrote the songs for Ishtar, and they're terrible. And they're purposefully terrible, right? Because that's the point of the characters in the film. Telling the truth can be a dangerous business. It's and they're actually really catchy in their own sort of stupid way.
It's, like what's it called? Gangnam Style.
80s, oh god.
So,
big 80s plot.
This is where Victoria Wood stole the little old lady that can't do the tea tray from.
Sort of
And then
doesn't feel out of place.
Help or not.
That's the genius of this film, is it can put in this kind of weird cookie stuff and it doesn't derail the movie.
No, because Dudley Moore keeps checking her out, like she's going the wrong way with that tray. She's putting it in the fire, and he goes to help her, and then turns her around, and then sits back down, and then she's reversing into the fire. So it's comedy because he keeps lurching.
It's clever as hell.
No, talking to
because another comedy director would have just went in. It would become farcical.
Yeah, but you got to trust the talent. Yeah, but Bo Derek was in Sharknado 3 and The Last Sharknado. It's about time.
Was she not in Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey?
No, I'm only in the 2000s. Hang on, let's go back a bit. Malibu's Most Wanted. Oh, the Master of Disguise as herself. She's on a lot of telly in the back in the day. Tommy Boy. A lot of stuff. Oh, Ghost Can't Do It.
Ghost Can't Do It. Classic.
That's, 10 years after this. Well, a film called Fantasies in 1981. Yeah, none of these are all 3 and 4s. Rated.
Fantasies, I think that's another John Derek one. Yes. I think it was hardcore, and then they released a softcore version. But Bo Derek didn't do any hard stuff. He got some proper professionals to do that.
It's written and directed by John Derek. Who else is in there? A lot of Greek actors. 16-year-old Anastasia and her adopted brother live in the Greek island with a pervy grandfather. Yep. She dreams about having a large antique bathtub, and he dreams about running a seaside resort. They begin to fall for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the teenage sister, Bo Derek.
So who plays the sleazy old grandfather? Or John Derek in disguise.
Well, yeah, it doesn't say.
No.
Priest. Oh, Godfather Costas Bandalamaris.
All right.
I mean, whether that's Godfather, not grandfather, but where are we? 10, because what is it? Oh no, I want trivia. John Derek got around a bit because Bo Derek wasn't the only lovely lady he had. Where is it?
Was
my trivia?
The chick from Dynasty. What's her name? Crystal. What's her name?
Yeah.
Shit.
Typical. Yeah. It's the one bloody thing. It doesn't say now.
He's just like Leonardo DiCaprio of his day. He just
Linda Evans.
Linda Evans. Yeah. Just sort of changes it up to get a new one every so often.
Well, the other one was Ursula Andress.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Ursula.
First, he falls down the hill. Oh, hang on, it's just the porn show. I've got to pause it now.
Oh, whenever he goes onto the telescope.
Yeah, he's always looking for the telescope, and it's
never pointed at the sky, is it? It's never
It's never about. It's only a threesome so far. And then he spins it around and hits him in the head. Oh! And then he falls down the hill. Because he did the fall then, but yeah, doesn't do the big fall. Like, ooh, matron. And then the usual, he has to climb back up and the phone's ringing. I got the film score monthly score of Marathon coupled with Parallax View. Michael Small. Oh, shit. There's a naked lady on the telescope. Bloody hell.
Oh, dear.
Who put all this smut in these films?
Don't want to make YouTube cry.
The Magic Christian with Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr.
Oh, yeah.
And The Party. Birdies Num Nums. Were the Halloweens having returned? Oh, yes, that's it. Halloween and Pink Panther films have Return, Revenge, and Curse in their titles, the same as in the same order.
Get your ideas from the Pink Panther series. That's quite sad, isn't it?
Yes, Blake Edwards made a Sunset. Yes, that's an awesome film.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And Blind Date.
Blind Date, yeah.
Blind Date's fun.
Yeah, because that's Kim Basinger getting drunk and ruining Bruce Willis's life.
John Larroquette, he's really good in it.
Yeah,
it's the crazy boyfriend.
Oh yeah, need to watch that again. Yeah, Sunset.
I just love that I love how he's the opening voiceover in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That
yeah, they got it back to the remake, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. How he would become this TV star and film star like on his own. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think Tarzan the Ape Man, she gets fondled by an ape as well, so not just an ape man. Yeah, that's it. James Garner's Doc Holliday. No, not Doc Holliday. The sheriff. Who was the gunfight at the OK Corral?
Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp, he is. So yeah, he's Wyatt Earp, and Bruce Willis is a cowboy actor in the 20s investigating crime, and Charlie Malcolm McDowell's a Charlie Chaplin type.
With Sunset, I wasn't that keen on it. Sorry.
Get off. Yeah, I need to watch Orca the Killer Whale because that's a very weird film. Like how, when we can't see the TV, it gives a clearer view of Derek's crotch. Let me see that. Oh, shit.
What was her name before she married John Derek?
That's a good point. I've never thought of that.
Yeah. Never thought to ask that.
Known her as Bo Derek.
Yeah, Bo Derek, that's it.
It probably is Bo Derek. What does it say? Oh, here we go. Alternative names, Bo. She's married to John Corbett at the moment. Kathleen Collins? Huh?
That's her real name?
This is an alternate name. That's the only two it gives.
Okay.
Let me see. Turn down. Has what Dutch, English, German, Irish, Welsh descent.
Oh, God. Alcohol.
That's a good point. It doesn't mention her names.
Oh, did you watch Playmate of the Apes? Dear, I remember seeing that in the video store. I was like, oh, that looks terrible.
It was terrible. We'll break the cutaway record for Playmate of the Apes. It will get close because there is a lot of this later on I definitely can't show because she's naked for like the last 10-15 minutes.
More than Showgirls. more nudity in Playmate of the Apes.
No, well, yeah, because I got Beach Babes from Beyond next month. And that's got some proper gratuitous stuff in it.
You did carrying this pervy season into next month as well.
It's popular. Playmate of the Apes, yeah. There's a lot of mileage in these things.
I know.
Playmate of the Apes, yeah. Genius. Can't see a dentist scene without thinking a Little Shop of Horrors, a candy bar. Gotta get a candy bar, yeah. So here we go. He's had his, I think it's 7 cavities filled in one sitting. That's
and
gonna.
he goes to sit there and drink his coffee. It's like,
Yeah. So
we've all been there, haven't we? It's so
the
relatable.
newsagents, chemists, and coffee bar. Yeah, you always drink something after, which it's not so numb now. Yes, Jack Nicholson's seen in the original. He's on the cover for the Roger Corman one, isn't he? Little shop, and then he's barely in it. Oh, yeah. So there's flirting with the lady. Because again, who did I say was who's E.T.'s mum again?
Dee Wallace.
Yeah, so she's the girl later on in this. Thank you. So now, yeah, the TV version substitutes tamer versions for some of the movie's racier moments. In particular, scenes featuring porn stars Annette Haven as Dudley Moore's exhibitionist neighbor have been removed, replaced with scenes involving another actress. Other scenes include Moore's character using a telescope to watch a naked Haven making love. In the TV version, a substitute actress kisses a man while wearing a robe.
Yeah.
And
she
the
was
later
also an
new
advisor on Body Double, Brian De Palma.
yeah.
Annette Haven, she was an advisor on that. She actually went up for the role of that Melanie Griffith got.
Relax, don't do it.
Yeah, it's a good
Don't want to
movie.
get copyrighted. A later nude orgy is replaced with a similar scene, but with everyone wearing bathing suits. In addition, the comedic lovemaking scene between Derek and Moore is played in the dark in the TV version. I wonder if that's why we get the glow-in-the-dark condoms in Skin Deep.
Oh, classic. That's the only decent part in that film, to be honest. I didn't think it was that great a movie, but the condom scene is just fucking gold.
Peter Sellers is in the party is just classic. Harundi V. Bashki, the very name no one can spell or say. The perfect film to remedy diversity.
Party. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
big trouble for that one. Yeah, there you go. Doctor. Great film. Pretending like I don't know exactly who Annette Haven is. I don't know who she is. She looks very lovely, of course, but maybe I obviously saw the TV versions. She's still with us. Born in 1954 in Nevada. She is famous for A Porn Star is Born in 2003. Sheer Haven in 1989. What else? There's no pictures of these. The Grafenberg Spot. Yeah, she's in Body Double. Swedish Erotica 46. I have to finish my collection of that one.
That's it, yeah. Not been up that far. 46.
It's a £10 a pop. Sex Loose. That's 5 years before Footloose came out.
More telescopes.
Shit, thanks. The Girl from SEX. Swedish Erotica 22. Yeah, there's a lot on show. Apparently, Annette Crosby. No, not Annette Crosby.
Annette Crosby?
No, the other one.
From
Crosby
Star Trek?
from. Yeah. She's in this party scene somewhere, or a party scene.
Right.
But...
Did I get shit?
Yes. Well, Dudley Moore's got 2 drinks, one empty one, so when he pours his brandy, he catches it in the other one. And then he's enjoying himself looking through the camera. We got a call from Miss Taylor, who spoke about A Strange Man Answered. He spoke gibberish, made obscene sounds.
It is interesting when you think of people who are not that tall in films. Dudley Moore kind of broke the mold, that sense that you could be a shorter actor and it's fine.
Yeah, and you got all the gay ladies.
Because if it was Tom Cruise, they would put a box under him, or Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart was a short arse as well.
Yeah. What did I watch last night? Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. And there was all those jokes in the 80s how short he was. But in Edge of Darkness, he really is lower than everyone else in the film.
All right.
It was really noticeable. Either everyone was supposed to be really tall or he is actually very short. When you want to come, ban that sick filth. Not playing that on Radio 1.
No. Who was it? Mike Reed? Was it? No, it wasn't Mike Reed. It was.
Is it Mike Reed? I think so.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. The one that did pop. Yeah.
I don't know if you did it just to be edgy. I know. Oh, Bedazzled, yes, got a remake. Arthur got a remake, yes.
That's right.
But 10 has not. No, it hasn't.
No.
I think one of the many. There's a lot of info in this film, but nothing.
I mean, Woman in Red was pretty much a rip-off of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's right.
Focus on the nudity. Think of the children. Yeah. Well, the sex education starts here. Denise Crosby, that's it. It's Denise Crosby. I think who's the one in One Foot in the Grave then? Oh yeah, Denise Crosby's
Nick Crosby.
Yeah, so that's the other way around, isn't it? Oh shit, I paused it too much. There you go.
So, Duty Free, was she not in Duty Free as well?
Ah, yes, good old Duty Free. Danny Glover usually towered over him a bit.
You remember Big Deal? The sort of gambling sort of drama that used to be on BBC One?
Sounds familiar, yes.
I started rewatching that on YouTube. It was quite enjoyable. But one thing I forgot is just how big pound notes were, like 10, 20 pound notes. Back in the 80s, they were fucking huge. I thought it was just because I was small then, but no, you see them in this fucking show where they're gambling, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, look at the size of that £10 note.
That's at least double the size of whatever we get now.
Easily.
Oh, sorry, Bristols. Do you want to see them?
No. Past the watershed, though.
Oh, there you go. So there's a lot of young, lovely ladies, blondes usually. And
YouTube needs a watershed, doesn't it? It needs a watershed.
I don't know how that would work, but yeah. But yeah, she's looking through, he's looking through, they see each other. Oh, shit. He's in trouble. And then he jumps away. You miserable little son of a bitch.
So did you watch The Bitch?
I haven't watched The Bitch yet, no.
The Bitch. I love the song. The song in The Bitch is good.
There was no takers for it, so.
No. God in The Bitch. That must be really strange, though, to write a bit of sort of, smut and have your sister being the lead in the film.
Be the bitch.
Jackie Collins wrote the book, right? And
yeah.
Probably the screenplay as well. I'm not sure if she wrote the screenplay, but
the writing's too dark.
But
director of photography, executive producers, based on the novel.
No, adapted.
Oh yeah, written for the screen and directed by Jerry O'Hare.
All right, okay, so he adapted Jackie Collins. I can't imagine what that must be like. Yeah, there's my brother in this.
Yeah, my sister's a complete whore. She'll play the part. Right, so Denise is in this, a Pet Cemetery. Annette that's in One Foot in Grave. Right, there we go. Yes,
she's also in a really good film I like, Miracle Mile from the 80s.
Ah, yes, Anthony Edwards, isn't it?
Anthony Edwards. I think that was meant to be a Twilight Zone standalone movie, and they decided we'll just make it a movie on its own.
Is that the one where he finds out there's going to be a nuclear explosion?
Yeah, the world's going to end, and he's got to find his girlfriend before. Yeah, it's.
Oh, blondes, brunettes, or redheads? Well, he's got to say redheads. He's Scotch.
That's that.
I think brunettes. Actually, thinking
Okay,
about
they
it.
knew.
He's got his fags and his red iron brew. Oh yeah, she's in, and Denise is in 48 Hours. She is, isn't she? I forgot about that. And then a lot of her is in Playboy magazine, which got kicked off Star Trek.
Right?
Yeah, I think
Is she not related to Bing Crosby?
Actually, she might be.
She's not his daughter or something.
Makes sense. Oh, back in the day when you can just jump on a plane and go to Acapulco.
He's just chasing after Bo Derek, though, isn't he?
Yeah, because he finds out, was it? Yeah, so he goes to the dentist that she used, and then he finds out he needs all the fillings. And then he's just chit-chatting and finds out that, that's his daughter, and she's gone to this place in Mexico, and for some reason he's chasing after her, thinking he's better than Flash Gordon.
He's the king of the impossible. How can you beat Flash Gordon?
Exactly. Dum, dum, dum. Well, what did I? Oh, I watched Flash Gordon the other day for the Smut Talk. And it's amazing how much Flash Gordon 10 years later is a copy of Flash.
Yeah, I know. I thought when I first saw Flash Gordon, I thought it came after because it was so similar.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a parody. I thought, oh, this is funny.
Yeah,
it's just taking the piss, but it's exactly the same film.
I take it Dino De Laurentiis never saw that and just thought, oh. But I suppose it's a famous story, isn't it? I mean, it's an adaptation of a comic.
It is an adaptation because, it does.
Yeah.
The story is exactly the same. Where Earth's got a beam on it. They're in a plane. They crash. They're at Vark.
It was really terrible.
Flexi hard on or whatever it is. They're like hard on. Flexi jerk off. That's it. Flexi jerk off. It's a sex ray, so it hits everyone and they start fucking.
Oh yeah, that's right. Awful.
It's got some very good stop motion though in it, of the giant cocks monsters for a 70s porn parody.
So weird.
There you go. I think she's his granddaughter. That makes sense because she was quite young by then.
Granddaughter, right?
I live in Mexico and I've never been to Acapulco, so even nowadays it ain't that easy. Yeah, he's just jumped on a plane and he's slept on the plane, had a few drinks for the pain, and
he's loaded.
He is loaded. Well, our conductor's that loaded because in this he's loaded. In Unfaithfully Yours, he's loaded as well. I guess they paid them a lot back then.
That's what it was. The style of the Blake Edwards films they were kind of aspirational. You kind of get the impression that you're looking at a martini commercial at the same time.
Yes. If Joan Collins and Leonard Rossiter are in it.
Yeah. What's her? There's a woman from LA that I put onto Rising Damp. She was talking about Sanford and Son. I'd never seen Sanford. I'd never seen Sanford and Son, so I managed to locate the pilot episode, and it was amazing how similar it was to Steptoe and Son.
It is, isn't it? I've seen the pilot as well.
Yeah, I had never seen it before, but I watched the pilot episode, and you could totally see the Steptoe elements to it. And so I said, "Oh, this was a show that I love from the 70s, Rising Damp."
Yeah,
you got to love the Philip character, right? Who's the African prince.
Yes.
And the one where it's like you burn the wood outside the hut and the woman comes out, Yeah,
I love it when he uses all the African myths and stuff on Rigsby.
Yeah, he just totally winds them up, doesn't he?
On him, or he's gonna do something.
See, in that same episode, Richard Beckinsale's character, Alan Moore, is his name, right? He actually tries to roofie a girl. He's got because he gives a tranquilizer to Rigsby, and Rigsby goes in to chat up Miss Jones, and he passes out on the couch when he's trying to talk to her. He's like, oh, and he just falls asleep. And then later on, Alan's got his girlfriend into the flat, and he's trying to slip it into a drink. You're just like, wow, it's like,
Different
and he's meant to
time.
be like the nice guy of this, it's like, fucking hell.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, but that's Richard Beckinsale for you. That guy, he was likable.
Yeah, well, if you can produce this.
That's right. His daughter.
Yeah, see? Not just me. So, yeah, this needed some John Gielgud, yes. Arthur was pretty good.
Suppose you want me to come and wash your dick for you.
So sad they killed him off. I know they brought him back as a ghost in the sequel or something, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right.
It didn't work.
I love the sort of anecdote about John Gielgud on the set of Caligula, that when Malcolm McDowell got on the set for the first time, he met John Gielgud, and he's like, "I've never seen so much cock in my life," because all the fucking extras are all like butt naked and stuff. He's like, "Oh."
I was speaking to Larry the other day.
He was one of the few actors that defended Caligula. He actually liked it. He said that he paid to see it twice. Which was funny because in when it was released in New York City, Penthouse bought their own cinema in New York.
Right.
They called it the Penthouse Cinema just so they could show Caligula, and they charged like double the price of what other films were charging at the time. And it worked. It totally worked. The movie made a ton of money.
Yeah.
And they charged way more.
Yeah, I remember the big full-page advert on the back of video magazines back in the day. Penthouse proudly presents Caligula.
Oh, where's my cassette?
I've got the VHS in the loft, but it's like an hour shorter than the actual film.
I've got the old Betamax one, but it's all pan and scan. It just pans and scans the whole time. It's like, oh fuck it.
Because I watched the Blu-ray a few years ago. I know there's about 3 or 4 different versions now. So I watched like a 2.5 hour version. And yeah, I was not expecting a lot of that stuff.
I know, it's ridiculous how explicit it is, isn't it?
Because it's got what's the name of it?
Funny. I think it ruins the movie as well, because it's like, this is meant to be a serious drama. Oh, there's a fucking
he's up to his elbows.
Going on. it just can't help itself to just cut away to something vulgar.
Yeah,
every chance.
What's the face is nude in it, of course, just for a little bit compared to the rest.
Helen Mirren.
Did music artists get paid a lot back then? The guy in Deep Red also looked like he was loaded, and he was a music artist. They must have. Oh, Brian Dennehy's in this. I thought about that. I saw him. Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, he's a bartender. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so cool. He is in everything he is.
Derek's future husband and Tommy Boy.
Good evening, Mellow Mutant. Welcome. Oh, Underworld is the only film I've fallen asleep to watching it in the cinema. Surely it's fast and loud enough to keep you awake.
Oh dear.
Big fan of Caligula. There's no shock there, Professor. I've been looking forward
to I think it's getting a theatrical release next month.
4K, big screen, Dirty Mac Brigade.
As it's called. Every single shot has never been seen before. There was that much extra footage that they can make a whole other movie out of it.
Bless them.
Unreal. But Malcolm McDowell's quite pleased with it. He's been speaking up about it, saying it's a really good version. Because the thing is, when they edited it the first time, they took all the takes, but it was all dialed up to 11. The film is really campy. Pierre O'Toole and Malcolm McDowell are dialing it up to 11, and this version's supposed to rescue the performances and show that there was actually there was more subtlety to it as opposed to the way Bob Guccione cut it.
Well, I guess it's not being sold for the sex now because no one gives a shit about that bit now.
And it's got all the X-rated stuff removed now.
There was a lot of banging going on in the background most of the time, wasn't it?
Because Gore Vidal's screenplay.
Yeah.
This is using the Gore Vidal screenplay as its guide, and he wanted his name taken off the movie because of all the fucking.
I can't blame him when it came out. They were just advertising as just a porn.
It's insane, isn't it? It'll never happen again. That's why I like it, because it is unique. It's a unique moment in cinema of just sheer excess.
And I should have done it for this this month. Kudos to him for supporting. Actually, Helen Mirren's in it.
YouTube doesn't like Caligula. Any mention of it, they strike you.
I can't blame them, because he was a naughty man to start with.
The guys that have put together the new cut, they've also made a fake toy commercial that's really funny, where it's as if because Caligula had a budget of the size but larger than Star Wars, there's a fake action figure commercial, and it even has the head cutting device. You get to have the big toy that cuts off. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I guess people have mellowed to it over the years. The UK
I'll
video.
send you the link after the show. It's really funny.
Was the US rated version, our version, but does have a blink and you'll miss it glimpse of hardcore oral if you watch real close. I should check out my version, see what I got on it. Jim's here. Good evening, Jim. I'm off. Okay, take care, Professor.
Lunchtime in Mexico. Catch you later, Professor. See, the first time I saw Caligula was when Channel 4 first showed it, and it was Mark Commode, and he said, "This is the strongest version of it that we can show." And it was apparently the strongest version that you could get at the time. And I went into college the next day, and everyone was talking about it. They're like, "You see this fucking crazy movie on Channel 4 last night?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's nuts.
Yep. Anyone that would have been around that age would have been watching. Jesus. The Rot's here.
Hello.
Watching the smut. It's not smut, it's a comedy.
Oh, it's classic.
Yeah. X-rated stuff removed. Boo. Yeah, what's the point watching it now? The old UK preset was the UK cinema version, that much longer and still had about 10 minutes short. There you go.
All right. That's the one
The
I've
head
got.
device was legendary, and a massive boat prop couldn't have been cheap.
Yeah, apparently the set designer was a lunatic.
Surely not for that film. Oh, that was the same year as this. It's only got a
very much
2 hours 36.
Yeah. 79-80 was a sleazy time.
Oh, yeah,
right. You get stuff like fucking Cruising coming out as well.
So yeah, the childbirth scene was actually a childbirth scene they filmed. So
for real, that's right.
Oh, there's goofs. Caligula squeezes a lemon over a captured slave. Lemons did not reach Europe until the 2nd century, 100 years after Caligula's death. It's not going to be on Christmas Day on BBC at any point, is it? Yeah, $17.5 million budget. So that's not bad, is it?
Do you know what's terrific though? The BBC I Claudius television series. That I found that more disturbing when they did John Hurt playing Caligula. He was more messed up because he ate his own baby in it, right? And I still think people were like, I don't think Caligula did eat his own baby, but in that he did. And they went there. BBC.
They went there on the BBC.
Sure great cast though. You get so many great actors in that. Patrick Stewart and fucking Brian Blessed.
Yeah, all the lovies back then.
Derek Jacobi. It's phenomenal. It's so addictive as well. I watched that pretty much in one sitting, like the whole series. I was like, oh, I couldn't put it down.
I don't think I've seen it since it came out.
Oh, fuck. It's incredible.
So yeah, we're just over an hour into this film now. Now he's in Mexico because we spent a good time in Mexico now. Now is he watching? Oh yeah, he phones his daughter's kid. I think that's what his girlfriend's kid. Doesn't the piss off. Would be interesting if a TV channel would dare show uncut now, since the full version it was passed as an 18
That's
a while
right.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine it as an ITV premiere, 9:00. Break for the news at 10.
Yeah, totally.
They get taken down, wouldn't they? Just because. I just love this 70s decor. There is. Did we say her name was Dee?
Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace.
Elliot's mom.
That's it. Howling.
Oh yeah. Fuck, it's been loads of stuff. House of Eyes.
She's a legend.
Yeah.
Cujo, was it? Did we mention that one?
Cujo.
Still going strong now, I believe.
Critters as well. She was in Critters.
Oh, Critters.
She's definitely done a lot of horror.
Yeah, so a lot of those people get. Oh, Sophie D came up first. Yeah, Dee Wallace. There we go. I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah, break for news at 10 right before the fisting scene. That'll get the punters in. I've never been a fan of it again.
It is a piece of trash, Doctor. Right? I can't defend it. I think it's totally trash. But I've got to say it's unique. In the French, when the ultimate cut got shown at Cannes earlier this year, they were a bit lukewarm to it. They weren't. No one's been really singing its praises besides Malcolm McDowell, who's probably getting a paycheck, right, to go out and champion it. And Helen Mirren was there for its screening at Cannes last year. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing in Cujo. Yeah, she has to sell it because she's the main thing in it. Because the kid passes out, doesn't he? Because he's dying of thirst or something, and then she has to defend the car from the dog. It's a bit of a sad bit in this film, though, because oh, they're down.
Oh, nudity.
Is it?
I don't know. That's what you went, oh.
No, they're so yeah, the VHS head. They're making out, and he cannot perform. And she says it's happening to her a lot recently. So, let's see what she's up to. I think she's doing conventions and stuff, isn't she? Still making films.
Oh, yeah, you see her on Instagram a lot. There's like, oh, she's at this signing.
Yeah, she's got about 6 films in production. 3 films completed. So she's keeping working, the bless her. It's like, she was in Voice. Oh, she's in Jeepers Creepers Reborn, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
That's it. 13 Fanboy. Oh, you see her butt here. I think you might see her tits. Why is no one telling me there was nudity? 3 from Hell. But a lot of stuff. Red Christmas. That's where I saw her recently. 4 or 5 years ago, I mean. Yeah, she's a producer of that. I think it was set in Australia or New Zealand. But it's one of those pages you just scroll and scroll and scroll.
Yeah.
It's got more archive footage than people who've got careers.
DVD Chapter 8, Bum and Tits.
Thank you for that. Where do we get? I'm trying to find out where the film starts, where she started acting. There we go. The Streets of San Francisco, Man from Atlantis, Starsky and Hutch, Policewoman, Barnaby Jones, Lou Grant, Heart to Heart, Trapper John, Chips,
like been in everything.
Taxi, yeah. His what's the first? After School Specials. Something. Her first. Well, no. Simon, Twilight Zone, Hotel. Bloody hell, she's on a lot of TV. Murder, She Wrote. Oh, I'm in TV. I forget it. She's in The Fatal Attraction, the new TV show. Stepford Wives, Nettie the Maid. And then The Hills Have Eyes. Of course, she's in that as well. Bloody hell.
Yeah. He makes you wonder what they've done with their money that they still have to do conventions.
Hopefully, it's because she enjoys it, meeting the fans. But yeah, because she's working constantly. So either she's a gambling addict, or
yeah. I know they don't make ridiculous sums of money, right? Because I think that it's a myth. That right. I watched an interview with a guy who was at Cal Penn from the Harold and Kumar movies.
Yes.
And he was explaining how much he made from being in Harold and Kumar, Go to White Castle, or Get the Munchies, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I got this amount for my salary, had to pay my agent this amount, had to pay this for this amount. And by the time he'd had some money left for himself, it wasn't a great deal. And you're thinking, yeah, when you're not a known name actor that's going to sell a film, it's not a great amount of money. And Dee Wallace is one of those actors. She's a familiar face, but the vast majority of people who are not movie buffs won't know her name. They'll just be like, "Oh, what was she in again?" They'll be one of them.
Yeah, it's like they were saying that there's no one now that sells movie tickets. If you mention a name now, directors or anything, Nolan might be the only director of note.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's because like Chris Evans is Captain America. He'll have $1 billion movie. Chris Evans in the
some Netflix piece of shit. Yeah, he's forgotten.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, right. So now, Bo Derek is now officially in the film. She's lying on the beach.
Hour and 17 minutes.
Yes.
This is a cut version.
Oh, she's. Can I show her greasing herself up?
Please do.
Because we just missed a bit where
grease come.
Just missed a bit where Dudley Moore has to make it across the beach because the sand is so hot. He's running with towels and stepping on them and trying to get to this beach thing to lie on. And now he's just ogling a lady while she's trying to grease herself up. And then they got this guy that comes along and he brings him a drink and then carries him to the sea so he can stand in the sea and drink his drink without burning. And he pays extra for that.
I'll be right back, Gareth. Need to.
Yeah, you go. I'll go and catch up on this because I'm behind. Papa John and chips, my favorite takeaway combo. Ralph Bates played Caligula in the Granada TV series called The Caesars. Bates is even more off his head. I think both Hurt and Bates played the roles well. Exactly. When you hear the stories about what Caligula was supposed to have done, that's how the level you have to go to. As if this made 74 million. Didn't it? It was number 10 of the year. It was very popular back in the day. But yeah, 74 million is quite a lot. But yeah, it was an 18 certificate. So far, it hasn't been cut, but we haven't got to her nudity yet, which is the main thing. A tempting, tasteful comedy for adults who can count is one of the taglines. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Is that on that one? What happens when you run into a perfect 10? That sounds better.
Yes, not in the brains department, though, of course. Right.
But yeah, we got the three guys just
But yeah, guess it
keeping
didn't
cool.
matter.
But apparently, yeah, he looks like he's going to fall over anymore. So I don't know if that's on because the tide's pulling them. This guy just dropped his camera in the water. Now, I said it was Acapulco earlier. I don't think it was. It is Mexico, Colomia, the Hotel Los Angeles, which is in an episode of Remington Steele and a couple of other films that I can't pronounce. But yeah. And then, because that's supposed to be Sam Jones, is it? Or is it someone else? Yeah, because this is where he's...
Oh, yeah, he's drifting off at sea.
He's drifting off to sea on the surfboard. Because, yeah, he sees him floating. He sees her sunbathing for the day. And then, we got some clothes shots of her. And then, yeah, he hears the stories of people floating away and dying on their surfboards. And then he suddenly grows a conscience, so he goes out on a boat to rescue him on his own.
I need to watch this again proper. Not because of Bo Derek, just because that is a great movie. It really is.
Yeah. I
was hoping to get it squeezed in there before I watched the stream, but I do remember it, right? I remember it.
Yeah, a lot of it came back to me when I watched it, and I hadn't seen it for a while.
Yeah.
Nope. This is where it gets weird, because, yeah, he rescues the husband, and then he's in hospital, so then he goes around to say hello, and then they seduce each other, basically, and then she seems to be fine with it that she's a newlywed and her husband's in hospital. Yeah. So we get a lot of these dream sequences. I think kissing in the waves. But behind them, stupid VHS is too quick.
Do you think things will... See, we were talking about Chris Evans there, where he's bankable when he's Captain America, but he's less so in anything else.
You
think that's going to shift? I've got a funny feeling that's going to... After last year with The Flash, Indiana Jones, and I think the kind of IP sort of leaning on these old IPs is kind of becoming stale.
Yeah.
You know?
It certainly is, isn't there? There's nothing... Well, because of the strikes, there's not much out this year, is there? We get Dune 2 in a couple of weeks, which is...
Yeah, but that's the thing, that the strikes only affect the majors. Only if you're members of the Screen Actors Guild or the Writers Guild of America. If you're... People in Britain, people throughout the world are not hindered by that. And low-budget films don't need to adhere to that either. So that's a chance for them to kind of grab, right? And here's the thing. Is the Sundance Film Fest? It's been, isn't it? It was last month, wasn't it? Sundance. So that must have been like, the studios must have been fighting over themselves there.
Yeah, if any of those make 100 million, then that's good news.
No, but that's what I mean. They need content, they need new product, and they've not got some. And there's the Sundance and the Cannes Film Festival will be like, they'll be taking up, they'll be buying up every piece of shit movie that's on.
Bring back Cannon.
I know.
No.
Where's Cannon when you need them?
But yeah, because what was it? Back in the old days, it used to be like one summer blockbuster from the studio and then 10 other films listed throughout the years, and
that's it. Yeah,
some of those would make a few hundred million and take off, and then the big film would make money. And then that covers any losses.
And you get a film with this taking a, this is a calculated risk. A film like this, right? 1979. Dudley Moore is not a major player. Made him a star. Made Bo Derek a star. The movie made shit tons of money considering its budget.
Yeah.
And
she's running.
It's something you won't get.
Yeah. You won't get this film.
And the post Me Too movement, it's everyone's so shy about having sex in their films in case they get sort of brandished a perv.
Yes.
Honestly, I watched this movie 10 years ago and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I thought Dudley Moore's character, he's he's a bit unsavory, but he's got such an amazing screen charisma. His character, his personality as an actor. If George Segal played that part, I don't think he would have pulled it off.
No. No, I think he'd come across differently, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would have come across as a perv. He would be more like the old boyfriend in Look Who's Talking. Right? He'd be like that character he played.
But yeah, because it's Dudley Moore trying to steal a newlywed wife.
Yeah. And we forgive him for it. We're with him. We're like, go. No, we want him to succeed, even though he's a scumbag. And that's all due to his likability.
To chase down this girl in Mexico.
Yeah. And it carries over into Arthur. When he goes into Arthur, he's an alcoholic man-child.
Yeah, waste of space, losing money.
He hangs out with hookers. And he's great. We just love him. He's got a beautiful theme song and everything. It's like,
yes. Da New York City, doo.
Yeah, Christopher Cross.
Arthur's theme. Yeah, I got that on 7-inch.
7 inches, eh?
Hey, I know it's cold up north, but
I think what worked in that was he was kind of perfectly matched with Liza Minnelli as well.
Yeah,
they were more believable couple than Bo fucking Derek. But that's the whole point of this movie. She is like dream woman. He's not really in love with Bo Derek. He's in love with what he thinks Bo Derek is. Right? Yeah. She's just a sort of magic pixie dream girl to him. She's a bit of landscape. She's a bit of,
yeah.
She's an object. And the movie objectifies her because he's objectifying her.
Yeah, we're seeing what he wants to look at.
Yeah.
And the sharks now.
Yeah, 79. You've got to have a shark in there. And it's just like...
It's the biggest looking fin ever.
If it's 10 years later, it'd be a baby. There'd be a baby in the movie. Right?
And then we get the couple of men watching it and saying, "That's what's this?" So yeah, David fell asleep on his surfboard and drifted out to sea. So yeah, Dudley Moore's character's ditched his girlfriend, long-term girlfriend, all his friends, all his job things, just to nip to Mexico to see if he can sleep with this woman.
But see, that's the thing. It frames it in such a way that we are with him because we don't get to know Sam Jones's character. We don't really care. He just seems like a kind of brain dead beefcake, right? It is sort of, yeah. But we're
just two beautiful people that got married.
And that was the thing I found quite interesting in Tarantino's recent book. Although there was a lot of stuff in it that was really cringy, there was a good point that he made about how the 80s changed the leading characters in films from being, they all had to be likable. They all had to be the good guy. They have to do the right thing and be the good guy. And yeah, I agree. Being likable is really not. It's boring. It gets really boring.
Yeah, there's always one about the anti-heroes, but yeah, they were always likable.
Yeah, because I rewatched The Last Boy Scout 2 months ago. I hadn't watched that. Hadn't watched that in a long time. And I remember disliking it when it first came out, and I think it was because Bruce Willis's character was so dour. He was, even though he was witty and funny, he's such a dour character, and it's part of his arc in the story. It's not there. It's not like that for no reason. But I was used to the Hudson Hawk Bruce Willis at the time, right? I wanted Hudson Hawk Bruce Willis, not Last Boy Scout.
Would you like to swing on a star?
And it's just fantastic. It really is. I really thoroughly enjoyed watching it again.
Good. Oh, so Dudley is playing the piano for real?
Of course.
And he used to play the piano to the cast and crew when they were setting up and keep them entertained.
When I was a kid, I saw an episode of the South Bank Show, and he was on it, and it was first time I'd ever. It was the first time I'd ever heard the word pianist, and I just thought they said penis. I was like, "Did he just say penis?" Oh,
you got a 10-inch pianist,
Melvin Bragg. He's bragging about his pianist.
Yeah, I definitely think it was. Yeah, definitely remember ITV showing 10 when I watched it for the first time. I think, whoa.
So that would be the cut without in it, Haven.
They still must have. Yeah, they cut the beach running scene. They probably showed some TNT later on, but because you can't avoid it. It's a fantasy story. Was it all a dream or the alcohol-induced delusion by Weber? Yes, because he's been chugging brandies like there's no business here. And then, yeah, she's bouncing down the beach again.
Did he ever do anything after Get the Horn? I think that was the last time he did anything with Peter Cook, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. Did they have a falling out, or was it just they didn't have time for each other?
What was the movie they were? Was it The Hound of the Baskervilles? Were they in that?
Yes, they were in that just before this. I think that was
right. And he did fucking Santa Claus for the Salkinds, and he did Supergirl.
Yes. Yeah, Hound of the Baskervilles 78 has 3 parts. Mr. Spigot, Mrs. Ada Holmes, and Dr. Watson. Yeah, I forget he was in Foul Play with Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn, where he has his disco seduction bed.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
He's like the British...
I think that was the movie that really introduced them to the Americans, was Foul Play.
Yeah. Because, Bedazzled was bloody 67.
Because I think he hosted SNL as well around about that time.
Hang on, what's this? It's going to be Self, isn't it? Not acting. Writer, director, soundtrack, composer, producer. Self, 180 things. What might be thinking?
Brian Dennehy was in Foul Play as well. That's right. Fucking hell.
Very Important Penis. He was on that for some reason. I don't know
if just getting harassed by Dennis Pennis.
Yes. Going live.
Steve, how come you're not funny anymore? The funny thing is, I saw an interview with that guy. I can't remember the actor's name that played Dennis Pennis, but he said that people come up to him in the street and ask him that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's justice.
Oh, the one he got, Michael Winner, and he's like, "So, Michael, is it true that you have 2 bathrooms in your house?" He's like, "Oh, I've got several bathrooms in my house." And he's like, "Is that because you make so much crap?"
Crap. No, Toby, she was naked again. God damn it.
You're not going to... You didn't... Oh, here's the sleazy film you never put on. Mata Hari, the fucking canon.
I don't think it's available on anything but VHS, I think. I looked before when I was doing my canon lists of stuff, and it's not
I was going to cover that movie, but I was like, I don't know. Not much.
But yeah, if you want to see, you just see a butt then, and then
fucking trenches and all that.
Yeah, truth hurts. Oh, then we get a butt shot. Oh, shit, I unpaused it at the wrong moment. You see a total ass. Right. Oh, sorry. A lot of Bruce Willis characters in the early nights were kind of grumpy and downbeat. Striking Distance, Color of Night, Die Hard 3.
But The Last Boy Scout is justified. His character earns it. You know, it's all kind of, he hates his wife, he hates his daughter, and then they all kind of learn to kind of mend it all at the end. Not entirely, but you do feel that both him and Damon Wayans are, they're lost souls.
Yeah.
And but them coming together at the end, they kind of, they're starting to kind of find their place in the world, I suppose.
Yeah, because
that's one hell of a factory recall.
I can't remember. Striking Distance. His dad gets killed by the serial killer at the beginning. And that leads him into a downward spiral. But yeah, and then he comes back. But yeah, Color of Night. I can't remember.
Funnily enough, he couldn't stand Damon Wayans when they made Last Boy Scout. They didn't like each other one bit, and you can't tell.
No, it's amazing how many times you hear this. You think, what? They were amazing together.
Yeah. The one that broke my mind was when I found out that Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor never hung out, ever. Outside of making films, they never.
No, that's the shame, isn't
never
it?
spoke to one another. They were never good friends.
No, there was one talk show I saw when I did See No Evil, Hear No Evil. And there was one clip of them on a talk show together, and I think that was just because it was on the set as well.
Yeah, it's all PR, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah,
because I remember hearing a story from Gene Wilder when they were on the set of Star Crazy, and someone started a food fight with the sort of craft services. They were all carrying on and throwing food around, and a slice of watermelon landed at Richard Pryor's feet, and he walked off the set. He was like, "That's it," and he was away for like a couple of days. They had to fucking stop the movie because Richard Pryor had a hissy fit over a slice of watermelon landed at his feet during this food fight. We were all throwing food about, so he was temperamental.
Yeah, because I was doing a chart show the other day, and a film came up, Jojo Dancer, Your Life, or something.
Yeah,
it's a biography.
Not a good movie. You think that would be a great movie, but it's not. But it's like it does portray him setting himself on fire and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sort of biographical, but also a comedy. But apparently, it's not like you said. I've not found it yet, but yeah, it's not supposed to be that good.
Yeah, even the stand-up comedy routines in it are terrible. Which you're like, what? This is Richard Pryor, for fuck's sake, right? Why couldn't he just remake some of his famous bits?
Well, yeah, I guess if he wrote it, I think he could use some of his own stuff.
Yeah, he could use his old material.
Based on him.
No, but he doesn't. It's quite shit. The one thing that I remember the most about it is that his wife runs away with Wings Hauser. You must love those nutters. It goes from one nutter to another.
Yeah, I watched a clip of him, Richard Pryor, a couple of months ago on YouTube, one of his 1978 TV specials or something, and he talked about being cancelled by the TV company on that one for saying stuff, and I thought, gee, see what you'd say now.
Was an absolute legend. I watched Bustin' Loose a couple of years ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I found out how many serious films he's done in the 70s. I thought, bloody hell.
Yeah,
it was like Blue Collar and stuff like that.
Oh, I love Blue Collar. It's a great movie.
Serious.
So that scene where fucking Yaphet Kotto gets murdered, that is horrible. Where it's like with the paint and stuff, that's just that gives you nightmares. That.
Oh, hang on, I gotta watch this. Hollywood loves loners, the underdog. Failure is often viewed in more interesting terms than success. Nobody except the audience likes a happy ending.
I think my favorite Pryor Gene Wilder movie is Silver Streak. Because I know that he's not in it throughout the whole film, but when Richard Pryor shows up in the movie, you just see the chemistry like instantly. It's like,
because he's the train person, isn't he? Whatever they're called.
Yeah, he's just some guy in the back seat of a police car, and he's like stolen the police car, and he's like, "Oh, you're like fucking wow, Richard Pryor," and they're just electric in it.
And then there's blackface from Richard Pryor in that one, isn't it? It's the same with Richard Pryor's in that one, and then Eddie Murphy's with Dan Aykroyd when he does it. But Eddie Murphy's denounced it now, but
yeah, well, he signed off on it back then, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It was acceptable then, I guess. But the BBC had the black and white minstrel show in the 70s as the number one show on a Saturday night, so still plenty of those albums in the charity shops.
God.
Nobody's buying them though.
No. Unless they want to give it to someone that they hate. Like, here's a gift for you. That'll really get you off.
Oh, because his patient, he's grumpy because his patient jumps out the window in Colour of Night. So then he gets to bed. The lovely, what was her name? The sinner from Pinner.
Oh, Marsh.
Jane Marsh.
Jane Marsh.
Yeah. And then she was in The Lover, which was the big film of the early 90s to see.
The sinner from Pinner. I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
That was the best they could come out with, yeah. There's a fascinating but total car crash interview with Pryor on YouTube when he was filming Stir Crazy. Oh dear. Doesn't go well. I think Dunny Ball fitted the persona of Weber perfectly in life. Failed marriages and battles with his inner demons to a low-key funeral.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Really, there's real pathos to this character that I don't think any other actor at that time could have pulled off.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying some drugs now because, yeah, apparently her room is 420. So that has a relevance to him trying his cannabis there.
Oh, no, noticed that.
Oh, I spent weekends at his house. I was at school at England, says Bo. Uncle Fred said Bolero was written as the most descriptive sex music ever. And he proved it, huh? I don't remember this line the other day. But it is a funny bit because, yeah, they start having sex and she said, start the record again.
Yeah.
Just so they can do the Bolero. Yes, not a comic role, but he's awesome in Blue Collar. Yeah, I was really surprised.
There is some funny parts in it though. Like when they go to actually rob the office and he's got like fucking goofy glasses on and shit, you're like, whoa, that's a bit.
Oh, here we
strange.
Go. And she's naked.
Apparently, when they were making that Paul Schrader played he played a weird sort of politics with each of those actors. He explained to each one of them that they were the lead actor. So he sort of said, "Oh, you're the lead actor in this," to Harvey Keitel, Yaphet Kotto, and Richard Pryor. So they all thought they were the lead actor. And weirdly, when you watch it, it doesn't feel like there is a lead. Really, they feel like a trio.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. I've got it on VHS, but yeah. All right, hang on. I think we're clear. Jane March, yes. Oh, she cooks with her bun out.
That was brief.
The neighbor in this is competition too. Yes, that is it. That's him. Thank you. I was looking at him the whole time when he's spying on him. I think I know that guy. Yeah. And then of course he's the one. What is it? Rabid weasels. All right, so Bo is naked on the bed. Luckily, it's a soft red light. So, they're off. Luckily, you can't see anything because the VHS is so dark. Quick, turn the brightness up.
That's it. So does this have a 4K? I bet it doesn't.
I bet it doesn't.
It's so 70s. It's like I think today's generation doesn't even know about 10, which is a real shame.
No. It's one of those that everyone grew up with. Oh, 10. Have you seen 10? You see Bro Derek naked.
Because if you could make a sex comedy as good as this, you're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah. Force 10 from Navarone. 10 Rillington Place is on Blu-ray. It's got an awkward title. 10 to Midnight.
There's some nudity in that. Not the kind you want, though. It's for jacking off, isn't it?
10 is a DVD. There you go. A used DVD. Right. She's on top. Can I show that? Because it's just a red blur at the moment.
Does pausing DVDs cause the same sort of damage as a videotape, though? Where it's like, Well,
that was at the beginning, which is weird, without any sex scenes.
That was one of the most embarrassing moments in my life, was when I bought an ex-rental copy of The Doors. When I was collecting, I bought an ex-rental copy of The Doors. I took it around to a friend's house to watch it because I don't think he'd seen it. And I mean, I'm not a fan of the movie. I think it's kind of shit, to be honest. Besides the rock concert scenes, they're fantastic. But there was a scene where fucking Jim Morrison gets a blowjob in an elevator, and the woman strips off, and as soon as she stripped off, the tape started going, and they all turned. Everybody that was watching it in the room turned to me like, "Oh, you enjoyed that scene a bit too much, didn't you?"
No,
I'd only just got it. It was an ex rental, right? That's kind of the it's a tightrope you have to walk with those.
Yeah, so far I'm not. Oh yeah, because they're lying in bed. They were just starting up, and then the phone rings. It's her husband from the hospital. She's telling him all about how he's here with her. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Flashlight prototype. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing with a bunch of rabbits? Tender minute, yes, it's flashlight.
I'm not mad about 10 to Midnight. There was a sheer lack of action in that film. There was a lot of just walking around and talking, and I'm just like, I think
it's unusual for Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson doesn't like fire off a gun until like the end of the movie. I'm like, fucking hell.
That's a good point.
Do you know what's an interesting one? Have you ever seen Kinjity, Forbidden Subjects?
I watched it a few years ago. I've always seen it advertised back in the day, and I thought, oh, Bronson in a sex thriller. And then I watched that and I thought, yeah, he's not
weird,
in it,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a Japanese guy and he's really creepy and he's like fondling some chick on a bus.
Yes, and the bus or
and it goes nowhere. This never goes anywhere. Like you think, oh, this guy's going to get caught out for being a perv. Never goes anywhere. It's just kind of in there for no reason.
There was nudity, but luckily she's in
shadow.
And then neither of them are feeling it now. So yeah, where was it, Dr. Say? I don't blame Wilder, to be honest. All the shit Pryor was involved in, including his fun time with Margaret Kidder on the side of Some Kind of Hero. Oh.
Yeah, he was notoriously difficult. Even when they were when he was writing Blazing Saddles with Mel Brooks, he said he was a pain in the ass and all.
How does Bo? Yeah, apparently it took, I think it was 10 hours. They said for the Bo Derek to get her. What do they call them?
The braids?
Cornhole braids.
Yeah, I've seen the braids.
Yeah, it took 10 hours to do it.
Cornrows.
That's it. There's a lot of glue involved to keep it nice. And it's got like bloody feathers and stuff. How are you supposed to keep those that like have a shower and they'll just turn to mush?
Became iconic though.
It's playing up. It wasn't me, honest, Governor.
Even with all its sort of cultural appropriation, it's still can't fault it. It's iconic.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I picked up on until I seen it on a documentary once where someone was saying, "Oh yeah, fuck Bro Derek, pure stealing her hairstyles." Yeah, but you know, I could argue. Yeah, well, didn't like Beyonce steal from Farrah Fawcett a little?
Yeah, there's always someone. Isn't there?
Roundabouts.
Most of the time, it's the other, the white people that complain about such things.
Farrah Fawcett was a really interesting character because I think she got kind of pigeonholed as the dumb blonde, and she was actually a terrific actor. That there was a miniseries she did, Small Sacrifices.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Fucking amazing in that.
It
really was.
Bed? Was that another?
Burning Bed as well. Yeah, great actor, and it's just when you think about her, it's like, oh, Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Yeah, she's just a hottie. The poster and Saturday Night Fever, where the dad's like staring at her cleavage.
Was it? Well, yeah, saying that Bo Derek had a famous poster, didn't she, before this that caught the producers' attentions. But yeah, there we go. Oh,
that was something I mentioned to Curly Girl a few weeks ago on our stream. It was about how, and she coined the phrase "ass fished." He was ass fished, and I was telling her about how Cubby Broccoli, when he was looking for women to be in the next James Bond movie, he saw the film The Wicker Man, and
Oh yes.
Brett Eklund had that famous nude scene where she's singing and beating on the door,
Oh
and
yes.
he saw her ass in that shot, and he was like, "Oh my god, that woman's got a gorgeous ass," and he got his people to go and get her for the next Bond film, and when he met her, he was like, fuck, where the fuck's her ass? It was a fucking body double.
Yeah,
And
everyone was disappointed with that one.
Curly was like, yeah, he was ass fished.
Happens a lot. Was it Tia
So-
Carrera in Showdown in Little Tokyo, and there's
Yeah.
many others.
Julia Roberts famously.
Yes. Well, even the poster lies. It's not their bodies,
Even
isn't
the
it?
poster. Oh God, I saw a really terrible one. It was the American one sheet for Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael.
Oh, was
with
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, it's a terrible Photoshop job. The way her body is like, because she's meant to look sexy on the poster. They're really framing it that way, but she just looks terrible. The way that they've used the body double and her head, you can totally tell it's just been stuck on there. It's probably the worst.
Wasn't invented back then. It was just like cut around them and stick it on.
Yeah. Just get in there with a scalpel and some Pritt stick.
Yeah. Oh.
But it's a really bad one. I only came across it the other day. I was looking at a site full of retro posters, and that was one I'd never seen before, and it was awful.
Yeah, I think
the way that I think our arm is like up like this as well, and it looks kind of impossible. It looks like she's got two elbows.
It's like The Long Kiss Goodnight's the same with Gina Davis. Is massively long.
Yeah.
Standing next to
they did that for a Mariah Carey album as well. They made her legs longer and stuff. Just fucking lies.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the girl sees the businesswoman that was on the train towards the end of the conjunte. I can never pronounce it. And then yeah, the whole plot thread is just forgotten about. Wilder got fed up with him. Hollywood pushed Pryor to one side before his illness, judging from what his daughter said about Pryor. He wasn't particularly a pleasant man. It's a shame, isn't it? Because
Tears of a Clown, though. That's the thing. You always find these great comedians are fucking assholes. I mean, from what I read George Carlin's autobiography as well. He was another one that was just a pain in the ass.
Oh, Meg
I think cocaine plays a big part in that. I think that's a drug that kind of kills off your sort of it dissolves your empathy. I don't think you feel empathy for people as well because of that.
It's a hell of a drug. Oh yes, Car Wash is good. Pryor in top form. Yeah. See, I don't mind Superman 3 with him in it.
Oh fuck yeah. I've got a real soft. I love Superman 3. As I was saying to them a couple of weeks ago as well, that scene where Superman's banged Pamela Stevenson, and then later on, when he's the bad Superman, he's fucked her, right? But then he's the good Superman again.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And she's like, "Oh, hi," and he's like, "I don't know you, lady."
And she gets disappointed because she wanted round 2.
God. You know, if he didn't honestly remember her, he'd probably go, "You know what? Sorry, what's my mind? No, I don't know you, lady." Which to me says, "Yes, you fucking do."
He does. Yeah, I would say he does remember her.
Yeah, because he remembers that he fucked a fucking oil tanker. He fucked the fucking the Leaning Tower of Pisa. He goes and fixes all that shit, but he doesn't fix things up with her, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because was it Superman 2 leads to Superman Returns, where Lois has a baby with him, but yeah, they could have set that up for 3 as well, couldn't they?
Oh yeah.
An evil super kid.
Yeah, get Billy Connolly in there as well. Why not?
Of course, Pamela's his wife, isn't it? Yeah. Pamela and her 5 lovely daughters.
Yeah, and they have that pure stupid joke. I can't remember what her character's name is, but she's sitting there reading this book where she's like talking all this like philosophy, and then they come in and she's like, "Oh, hi It's like, yeah, I'm a secret genius. I'm a secret genius. I don't let anybody know I'm a genius just for this one stupid joke.
I love puppies.
But that was Richard Lester. Richard Lester just thought, yeah, let's make Superman wall-to-wall comedy. And the opening sequence where you've got the blind guy falling down the hole and all that shit, that pretty much sets up the whole movie, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. You know where you are straight from the beginning of that one.
Still, as a kid, when Webster's sister becomes a robot,
fuck
that me out.
Yeah, that's on Saturday afternoon. That scene gives you nightmares.
Yeah. No, I don't cut that shit.
Yeah, so See No Evil is still his favourite. Stir Crazy's comedy kind of fizzles out towards the end when the plot gets annoying. Yeah, they just suddenly get let off at the end as well.
It does. When it gets more into the sort of jailbreak plot, it kind of forgets to be a comedy. But when Gene Wilder, when he's just like telling off everyone for being mean and stuff, that's just fucking hilarious. Right? Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, what's his 90s?
Oh, here's one. Here's one I loved as a kid, and now it's deemed as problematic. The Toy. You gotta love The Toy. I mean, it's terrible, isn't it? It's like, yeah, kid's got his own black slave, basically. Right? Yeah.
He's being paid.
He's being paid, yeah. I know.
He's not a slave if he's paid. Let's remake that immediately.
Tried to rewatch that about 10 years ago, and I was like, oh. But as a kid, it was gold. I was like,
I loved it. Oh, yeah, you got Richard Pryor as your best friend that stays the night.
Yeah. he's got Spider-Man pajamas on. I've got Spider-Man pajamas on. It's great.
Yeah, half the jokes went over my head, but yeah.
And I'm sure, like, Jackie Gleason, like, some of his buddies are like clan members and shit as well. They just for no reason. And that's Richard Donner. That's Richard Donner sort of paying his dues after getting sacked from Superman 2. That and Inside Moves. That was his two kind of follow-up films.
I don't remember Inside Moves. What's that one?
Inside Moves is good. That's a proper good film. But but The Toy is yeah. As a kid, you didn't know any better. You didn't understand racism, right? You're innocent, and you watch that film, but you watch it now, you're like, ooh.
It's the same with like Private Lessons with Sylvia Kristel, where she's teaching a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
People say, that's a statutory. You think that 15-year-old me watching that thought, fucking hell, the guy's a hero.
Yeah, but even fucking Weird Science. The scene in Weird Science that gets me is when Lisa is in the clothes shop and she says to the lady, if you were a 15-year-old boy, would you think this is sexy? You're like, whoa, that's just insane. Brilliant.
Get on the ball. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, remember the robot bit, nightmare fuel. Exactly. You watch that now. It's still horrible.
Yeah, it's
even now it's in 4K.
And it's just kind of thrown in there because everything in Superman 3 is pretty comedic. Even when he's the drunk Superman, it's fucking hilarious. but I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because her eyes and everything goes silver. There were rumors that Warner Archive was going to release a 10 on a 2K transfer. Never happened, but never say never. Yeah.
It's awful, isn't it? You get so much junk out on 4K and stuff. Richard Donner had some fun with Pryor on that film, already getting cooked. Yeah. You would need it to get through that shoot.
Probably did. But yeah, we're getting our happy ending here where Mary Poppins and the elf are getting back together again.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And now, no.
Yeah. Inside Moves, that's right. It's John Savage. He's a dude that at the very beginning of the film, he tries to kill himself by throwing himself out of a hospital window, and he lands in the car, and he becomes disabled as a consequence of that. And it's about him kind of trying to find his sort of place in the world after being disabled from attempted suicide. So we meet this character, and he's actually already tried to kill himself. And when I was a child, that was the first movie I ever saw where someone committed suicide in the film, and I had no understanding of that. I was like, oh my god, why is he doing that? You know, it's a terrific movie. I really highly recommend it. Inside Moves.
So yeah, so you're also just copying his Omen death when she falls.
Yeah, but it's less sort of like horror pizzazz. It's more drama.
Sure. No. Then we get the they're gonna make out in the telescope.
Oh, that's it.
I was confused.
It was all the nude people are watching them, or is that what we're supposed to think?
They were watching, but she wasn't nude in this one. She had a robe on that was just about covering everything. Just.
Oh.
Garbage Pail Kids movie had a similar uncomfortable romance. That film.
Remember that.
Terrence's favorite.
That was one when I seen it as a kid. I was so like, I just hated it, and it went in one ear and out the other. I have seen people defend it though.
I started watching it a while back now, many years. I'd give it another chance. I thought, nope, couldn't make it through. Oh yeah, it is a Mary Poppins.
There's a remake though. The Garbage Pail Kids deserve a remake.
A CGI Garbage Pail Kids. John Hancock was in this. Bill Lucking. I feel like John Savage is an actor never quite as got as big as you'd think. Remember him from Salvador.
And The Deer Hunter as well.
I can't remember. Yeah, there it is. James Noble.
Yeah.
What's it? John Savage.
Yeah, John Savage.
Someone I can't remember what he looks like now. Texas Sauvage.
Yeah, he's the one that gets married in The Deer Hunter at the start. It's his wedding.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Oh yeah, there it is.
I remember when I seen The Deer Hunter. I used to watch some weird films totally inappropriate for kids, but I watched The Deer Hunter at a young age as well. And that scene where when he's getting married, someone said to me when I was a kid that he's drinking this like yard of wine at his wedding, and there's two droplets of wine on his shirt, and someone said that's meant to indicate that he's going to lose his legs later on in the film. And I never forget that. Every time I watch it, I think he's going to lose his legs. But it doesn't really make sense to me, right? And I don't get that either. Anyone else mention this? This is something no one has ever mentioned in conversation or in any video about the Deer Hunter. That there's 2 drops of wine is meant to signify John Savage losing his leg.
Shot twice, but yeah, he's still making movies today.
It seems a bit abstract for me, to be honest. But I never forget it. Every time I watch it,
I can't see it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You can't unsee it now. That's it. I've ruined
it. No, that film's ruined for everyone. Bloody hell, he's made hundreds of films.
Yes. Don't spend... The moral of the story is don't spill wine on your shirt. You might end up losing your legs in Nam.
Oh, he's in Carnosaur 2.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he didn't really... Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of straight-to-video action films.
Hollywood really chews you up and spits you out, doesn't it? To go from massive Oscar winners to Drek.
Hey.
I know, but you know what I mean? That's...
Yeah, because he did Hair the next year, then The Onion Field, and then...
The Onion Field, that's a good film.
The Long Ride. Yeah, he's started off quite well. Yeah. Oh, hi, Tony. Thanks for joining us at the end. And you, Jimmy, at the end. There's that Jimmy again. Two Scott stars. Too many. We have to shut this down.
I know, that's it. We're going to go
for that never-ending wedding scene. Yeah, that's what everyone says about it, isn't it? It never ends.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you probably find all sorts of shit in that wedding scene. It does go on a bit.
Not getting... but he has worked out. He's getting legless from the wine.
It's like, pass the revolver to me and we'll play Russian roulette right now.
That'll go down in history. Guns a 10 a penny in Glasgow, but
Yeah. That's the thing. Every city you go to, there's always a busker that knows the theme from the Deer Hunter, isn't there? So it's always playing. You're like, oh fuck.
There you go. He was in one I called Soldier's Revenge, which I don't remember being great.
There you go. Drake.
Yes, time for bed for Bo and her beads. Well, one look at her crotch.
Yes, one last swatch or snatch.
Oh,
as they say in
Glasgow.
Hey, it's at the end of the stream. People won't know I'm a fucking crazy perv. Right?
Hang on.
Click
I'll move this over, so
I hope.
This is for posterity. So yes, what are you doing this Saturday? Are you up at 2 a.m. again?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about bad horror films. But we're not going to shit on them. We're going to talk about why we love them. I think of any subgenre, any genre of films, bad horror films seem to get a pass more than action films. So we're going to explore that, discuss why horror films are great when they're bad.
There's bad, good, bad.
All the classics: Plan 9, Troll 2, Wicker Man. Not the bees. You fucking
it's worth
bitch.
it for the performance. So yeah,
killing me won't bring back your honey. I was when that movie got announced that they were even contemplating a remake of that film. I was like, oh, please don't. And when it turned out to be such a embarrassingly funny movie, that was a relief.
I'm trying to see. I do have it here somewhere. Hiding somewhere in my DVDs. I don't think it's on VHS. So and he's fighting bear women.
Yes. Confiscating bicycles at gunpoint. It's like, Popeye Doyle kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the weird cuts where he's on the boat and the truck crashes through or something. I can't remember now. Yeah, all the weird dreams he has. The bees, not the bees, the memes.
That was it. After that was the new sort of turning point for Cage, wasn't it? That he became like a meme, and then all that stuff resurfaced about Vampire's Kiss as well. It's like, oh, there's actually loads of great.
Yeah, eating cockroaches and everything.
Yeah, and Face Off with his mad bug eyes.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, classic. Is that the director's cut? Of course. That's the one.
Well,
that's got the bees scene in it.
The original's got 3 cuts, so why not this one?
Yeah, the theatrical cut doesn't have the bees, but the director's cut does. That's the one you want.
That's the one.
That is the one you want.
What's the director done?
Because I thought the original Wicker Man, when Edward Woodward gets killed, it's fucking terrifying. And I even at the time I knew that was going to happen. I'd already had the movie spoiled for me, but it was still terrifying. I watched the Nicolas Cage one, I just couldn't stop laughing. Just like, oh, this is so bad.
Can't find my. Because I think my version's like 70 minutes.
Doesn't deserve a director's cut.
Can't find it.
It totally does, because if it doesn't have the not the bees, it's only half a film.
Bloody hell, it's nearly 20 years ago. And Ellen Burstyn's in it. Oh, what are you doing hiding down there? From the director of In the Company of Men, Your Friends and Neighbors, Billy and Billy, House of Darkness. Yeah, nothing I know. Yeah.
Also did Lakeview Terrace as well, and Nurse Betty.
Oh yes, that's a weird one.
That's an odd film.
Yeah. Right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, please.
Braveheart.
It's just fucking late, It's got school in the morning.
Yeah, it's a school night. So thanks for everyone for joining us, and check us out later.
Oh, yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, Gareth. Thank you for inviting us back.
It's always nice to have you on.
It was good hanging out with everybody.
All right, good night, everyone.